One of the first things that I did when I took over 2 years ago was to contact the International Monetary Fund. I didn't ask for permission from Colombo. I didn't call the president and I said, can I call the managing director of the International Monetary Fund? We as a team decided that that was the right thing to do. And I took the initiative of contacting the managing director of the IMF. I discussed with her the dire situation in Sri Lanka. And the two of us decided that we should attempt to send a team from the IMF to Sri Lanka so that the real situation in Sri Lanka, the challenges that Sri Lanka is facing, could be communicated to the powers that be. So my job then was to convince the president at that time to receive this IMF delegation. I spoke to the then president and I said, why don't you receive this team and listen to them? Let them explain to you how they see things, in addition to what your officials are telling you, what the situation in Sri Lanka is. And he agreed. And we sent a two-member delegation. Actually, the leader of the delegation today is the governor of the Central Bank of South Korea. As it was a very high-level delegation. I told the delegation that I don't want any media publicity. I didn't want public opposition before we even attempted to do what had to be done. I said, you will have only two appointments that we will arrange. One is with the President of Sri Lanka and the other will be with the Finance Minister of Sri Lanka. So they understood and they went there. And I also told them, don't hold back anything. Please call it the way that you see it. It may be difficult for the President and the Finance Minister to maybe take in what you're putting forward as to the dire straits that the Sri Lankan economy has fallen to. But you have to call it the way that it has to be called. And I said, it's up to the President after that. They have to decide what they want to do. And I also told the same thing to the President. I said, I've told them not to hold back anything, to tell you how they see things in Sri Lanka. And they met these two personalities. They had very good meeting with them. And they came back and they debriefed me. They told me we didn't hold back any punches. And I said, okay, let's wait and see now what the government of Sri Lanka is going to do. President called me 5 days later and said, Mahinda, I have sent a letter to the International Monetary Fund confirming that Sri Lanka is willing to enter into an agreement with the International Monetary Fund. That was the genesis, that was the start of finding solutions to the economic problems, severe economic problems that Sri Lanka was facing. I want to, Scott, in your presence, state for the record our gratitude to the US Treasury for supporting us right from the inception. I want to take this opportunity of once again, through you, Scott, thanking the US government for being with Sri Lanka during this very turbulent time. Not only was the US Treasury supportive, USA came in and assisted Sri Lanka with nearly $350 million US. All those who are here today, we can only see much stronger bilateral relations in the future.